Welcome to Our Best Self. Here we share stories and experiences to grow healthy habits and practices that will lead to both your happiness and success, personally and professionally. Come with us to explore mental strength, happiness, health, business success, and the gamut at large. Welcome to Our Best Self. Today I want to answer questions around how do you achieve your fitness goals. It's one of the most common questions I get as a coach. I have remote athletes. I work with athletes in person. I've helped athletes get college scholarships. I've worked with all levels of athletes. And this is definitely the most popular question I get. What do I need to do to achieve my fitness goals? And everybody's different. There's literally a dozen questions I would ask any athlete that asks me that question, and I would want to see them move. As in any good coach, I want to assess how your body's moving to see where you are today to achieve your goals that you've stated. Those are all the things that I need to do to really give you value and to really show that. And I can imagine if somebody walked up to you on the street and they asked, how can you tell if I'm a kind person? Or am I a kind person? Or have I been a kind person all my life? You would share a couple ideas and ask a couple questions, but you would be very hesitant to make a full ruling without context and a deeper insight. And while I won't am not always able to say, let's dive into this, let's see how your fitness is today, and let's see what it'll take to get you to that target, I also cannot say it depends. The answer is it's complicated is also not the answer. There are a few key things that you need to do, that I need to do, in order to continue to see success in our fitness goals. So let's just bullet them out. Number one, we have to train 2 to 4 times a week. There is not a snow day. There is no excuse when we do not get our 2 to 4 days in a week. Now, could have the flu, pneumonia, could be out all week. Great, stay home. You could be in massive school finals. Yep, you need to focus on those finals. But those are extreme moments, once a quarter, once a year events. And it's important that we recognize that they are far and few between, right? It's simply a matter of planning to get this training in. Why does this amount of time matter? It's important because if you get 4 times a week, it means that in roughly 5 to 7 weeks, you'll start seeing improvements based on the number of times you're training. If you're going only 2 times, it's going to take you longer calendar months to see your results just because you have to accumulate the time in training. And so number one, we need to make sure we're getting our training in, and we need to be getting at least 2 to 4, ideally closer to the 4, and that will help. Number 2, we need to focus on the effort and not so much the PR or the RXing in a workout. So in a CrossFit gym, there is the workout as written, and that's called prescribed, right? So if you do the workout as written by the coach and you achieve it in the time frame, then you did it as RX. And if you changed it in any way, then it's scaled, right? And there's nothing wrong with doing it RX or scaled. But it's important that we focus on our effort, because in every workout that I program as a coach and as other coaches do, we have a specific intent, meaning that I'm expecting you as the athlete to move at a certain speed, to achieve a certain heart rate, to achieve a certain metabolic response, and then therefore to have either better strength over the long term or better muscle growth in the long term. And all of that depends on you executing the workout as I intended. And so the answer to should you RX or scaled comes down to effort, meaning that you need to put in your maximum effort appropriate to that type of workout. If it's a 5K or a 10K, your effort needs to be dialed to match the duration of that workout. If you're doing a 500-meter sprint or a 10-kilometer row, those are different levels of intensity, but demand your effort throughout. And so, if you focus on the effort, and when you finish that workout, that training session, if you feel like you gave your best, then you won. Then you did and achieved as the coach sought, and you will see results. If you focus on the RX, you have a need and a responsibility as an athlete to complete it in the time frame window that you're looking for, because that way you'll get the benefits. Next, we need to do 3 very hard but easy things. Number 1, we have to take rest days. A true rest day, a day where you are basically sitting and reading and have low stress. Maybe you're going for a gentle hike. A rest day is not putting sheetrock up in your basement. A rest day is not a 10-kilometer row. Those are recovery days. Those are not rest days. So you must have rest days. Hard to do for active people. Number 2, you must have 8 hours of minimum sleep. Every time and every day that we're under 8 hours, our body begins to not recover, begins to not rebuild muscle, and it becomes harder and harder for you to not only to perform athletically, but to be a good human. So 8 hours is your number. That or better. Finally, we need to eat. We need to eat good food, and we need to feed our bodies to the performance that we need in that day. Every day is going to be different, right? Some rest days we take less food and less energy to execute our day. And some days we decide we're going to go hike a mountain. I need you to be smart. I need you to feed your body with good food. That means unprocessed food. Easiest way to decide is it processed food or not. If it comes in a bag or was made someplace into that shape, it is processed. I'd prefer you not to eat that. So if you take these few things and apply them, you will see a few very specific results. Number 1, consistency. We're looking for consistency in our training week over week. That allows your body to recognize that you're going to be applying physical demands upon it, and it needs to make stronger bones, better tissue, stronger muscle, and it needs to lose the fat based on the challenges you're giving it on a consistent basis, right? We have to signal to the body that this is going to be an ongoing behavior. Number 2, we need rest days so that our body can recover from these intense training sessions. Now, here's the surprise. Your body sees stress from work and from training physically as the same thing. So if you are in some very negative relationship forces, or you are about to buy an entire company in a acquisition, or your child is sick, there are some serious stressful things happening in your life. We must be respectful that stress is already added to your body when you come and train. So when you're training and you're heavily stressed, be aware of that. Be okay with maybe doing a slightly simpler version of a workout, that those weights may not be as heavy as they quote unquote should be, right? Because that stress accumulates. The stress, just like fitness stress, we only can handle so much, and then our bodies need a chance to recover. So that's important. So we have consistency, we have rest to give ourselves recovery, and then we have our nighttime habits, sleeping, and this will be the supreme tool you have to not only body health, but fitness health, and you'll have better general cognitive abilities day in and day out. So I hope these habits that are proven scientifically and based on all my athletes, these behaviors and habits, that if you adopt them, you will have a chance and can take it to chase your goals and achieve your fitness goals. Take these habits, apply them to your day, every day, and you will achieve your fitness goals.